This is Yamini Seni, and today we are going to continue our chapter number 6 from class 9, subject science, that is tissue. So, in the previous class, we had done with the our plants and animals made of same type of tissues. Then we talked about plant tissue, that is meristematic tissue. So, today we have to start it from the permanent tissue. So, what is a permanent tissue? As we have talked about that, plant have two kind of tissue. One is meristematic, which is there in their apical, lateral, which are basically function of dividing. Their function is to divide the cells, right? And they are specially specialized for the growth. Now we are going to talk about the permanent tissue. So what is a permanent tissue? So, permanent tissue, what happens to the cell formed by meristematic tissue? They take up a specific role and lose the ability to divide. As a result, they form a permanent tissue. So, what they are saying that these meristematic tissue, after some sort of time, they take up a specific role, and some after some time they lose the ability to divide. So as a result, what happened, these meristematic tissue after a period of time they will convert into the permanent tissue, or we name it as a permanent tissue when they lose their ability to divide. So this process of taking up a permanent shape, size and function is called differentiation. So if I ask you what is differentiation mean? So differentiation is a kind of process which is followed by a permanent tissue in order to make their shape permanent, size as well as their function. So this is known as differentiation. It leads to the development of various types of permanent tissue. So what are the different types of permanent tissue? Let us come to that portion now. As you can see also, that in this picture you can see a section of a stem. This is the longitudinal section and this is the latitudinal structure of the section of the stem. Like if this is the stem we have, so if we cut the stem like this, we are going to see the this portion, which is this one. And if we cut the stem like from this portion, so we are going to see the two halves, this one and this one. So this picture is showing the section of this particular stem. Okay, now let us come to this activity 6.2. So what is there in this? Take a plant stem and with the help of your tissue cut into very thin slices or sections. Now stain the slices with safranin. What is safranin over here? Safranin is used as a stain over here. So place one neatly cut section on a slide and put a drop of glycerine. Cover with the cover slip and observe various types of cells and their arrangement. Now compare it with figure 6.3. Now answer the following on the basis of your observation. Are all cells similar in structure? How many types of cells can be seen? Can we think of reasons why there would be so many types of cells? We can also try to cut section of a plant of roots. We can even try cutting sections of root and stem of different parts. So now what we are going to see, that we are going to see that there are different structures over here. Like as you can see in the picture also, some of them are like this, some of them are working as the outer covering, and so on. So what happens is, so what is the structure basically? So by for understanding this, we should know about this, that permanent tissue are of various types. Number one is simple permanent tissue. So what does simple permanent tissue says? Simple permanent tissue is the one a few layer of cells beneath the epidermis. What is epidermis? Epidermis is the outermost layer. Epidermis are generally simple permanent tissue. So a few layers of cell beneath the epidermis are generally simple permanent tissue. Parenchyma is the most common simple permanent tissue. It consists of relatively unspecialized, focus over here, unspecialized cells with thin cell walls. They are living cells. They are usually loosely arranged, thus Large spaces between cells, intercellular space, are found in this tissue. This tissue generally stores food. In some situation, it contains chlorophyll and perform photosynthesis, and then it is called collenchyma. It in aquatic plants, large air cavities are present in parenchyma to help them float, such as parenchyma type is called arenchyma. So, the flexibility in plants is due to another permanent issue, that is the collenchyma. It allows, now here we are talking about the function of the collenchyma in this paragraph. So, collenchyma, it allows bending of various parts of a plant like tendrils and stems of climbers without breaking. In this tissue, uh, in this tissue is present in leaf stalk. Below the epidermis, the cells of this tissue are living, elongated, and irregularly thickened at the corners. This is very little intercellular space. Now let us come to the next page. Yet another type of permanent tissue is sclerenchyma. So now here this paragraph is talking about the third type of the tissue. Sclerenchyma. What is there in it? It is the tissue which makes the plant hard and stiff. We have seen the husk of a coconut. It is made of sclerenchyma tissue. So the cells of this tissue are dead. Pay attention to it. They are dead. They are long and narrow as the walls are thickened due to lignin. Now, often these walls are so thick that there is no internal space inside the cell. The tissue is present in stem, around vascular bundles, in the veins of leaves, and in the hard covering of seeds and nuts. It provides strength to the plant part. Now, active activity 6.3. So take a fresh plugged leaf of rue, stretch and break it by applying pressure. While breaking it, keep it stretched gently so that the some peel or skin projects out from the cut. So remove the peel and put it in a petri dish. Petri dish is what? It is a kind of a dish which is used to keep things into it. Okay. It is made up of glass, and we should pour some water before keeping anything into it so that the moisture will remain in that particular thing which we are keeping it in. So now the epidermis is usually made of a single layer of cell in some plants living in very dry habitats. The epidermis may be thicker since protection against water loss is critical. The entire surface of a plant has an outer covering epidermis. It protects all the part of the plant. Epidermal cells on the aerial parts of the plant are often secrete a waxy water resistant layer on their outer surface. What is the help of this waxy layer? It helps in resistant, or it acts as a resistant layer on their outer surface. This aids in protection against loss of water, mechanical injury, and invasion by parasitic fungi. Since it has a protective role to play, cells of epidermal tissue form a continuous layer. Without intercellular spaces, most epidermal cells are relatively flat. Often, their outer and side walls are thicker than the inner wall. We can observe some pores here and there in the epidermis of the leaf. These pores are called stomata. So, what is stomata? So, stomata are enclosed by two kidney shaped cells like this. So, what happens? Stomata are enclosed by two kidney shaped cells called guard cells. They are necessary for exchanging gases with the atmosphere. Transpiration, loss of water in the form of water vapor also take place through stomata. So now what we have is recall which gas is required for photosynthesis. So which was the gas? That is a carbon dioxide. So find out the role of transpiration in plants. So now epidermal cells of the root, whose function is water absorption, commonly bear long hair-like parts that greatly increase the total absorptive surface area. In some plants like desert plants, epidermis has a thick waxy coating of cutin. Cutin, chemical, is a kind of chemical substance with waterproof quality on its outer surface. Can we think of a reason for this? Is the outer layer of a branch of a tree different from the outer layer of a young stem? As plants grow older, the outer protective tissue undergoes certain changes. A strip of secondary meristem located in the cortex forms layers of cells which constitute the cork. Cells of cork are dead and compactly arranged without intercellular spaces. They also have a substance called suberin in their walls that makes them impervious to gases and water. So as you can see in this picture also, this is a picture of a protective tissue. These are the rupture epidermis and these are the cork cell, right? So now this is how it all happens. So now what we had done in this these three chapters, these three pages, that first one is that we have two kinds of plant tissue. One is meristematic and the other one is permanent. Permanent tissue are the ones, or we can say these are also a kind of meristematic tissue, but they have lose their ability to divide after some specific time or after playing some specific role. Now another thing which we have read in this, that is a differentiation. Differentiation is the process which leads to the development of various types of permanent tissue. Then we have seen that there are basically three types of permanent tissue, which some one is simple permanent, another one is that is the parenchyma. Then we have collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Now in sclerenchyma we have three types of structure, as you can two types of structure, as you can see, that one is the transverse section and the other one is the longitudinal section. So now in this we have talked about that जो हमारा सिंपल परमानेंट इशू है, जिसमें हमारे पास पैरेंट कायमा, कॉलन कायमा, स्केलेटन कायमा आते हैं, उसमें जो पैरेंट कायमा है उसका बेसिकली क्या वर्क है? सो बेसिकली ये कंसिस्टेड ऑफ होता है अनस्पेशलाइज्ड सेल्स जिसके पास होते हैं. इसके पास थिन वॉल्स होती हैं, एज यू कैन सी इन द पिक्चर ऑल्सो. बहुत ही और इंटरसेलुलर स्पेस जो है वो भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा कम है. साथ ही साथ हमने ये भी देखा कि इसके अंदर लाइक जो एक्वेटिक प्लांट्स होते हैं उनके पास लार्ज एयर कैविटीज़ होती हैं जो कि हेल्प करती हैं उन्हें फ्लोट करने में. ओके और जिसको हम एरेनकाइमा भी कहते हैं, ये भी हमने यहाँ पे जाना कि ऐसा ऐसा पैरेनकाइमा जो कि प्लांट इन एक्वेटिक प्लांट के अंदर होता है, जिसके अंदर जो इंटरसेलुलर स्पेस है वो ज़्यादा होती है, सो दैट ये जो प्लांट है, एक्वेटिक प्लांट है, वो फ्लोट कर सके, उनको हम एरेनकाइमा कहते हैं. देन वी टॉक्ड अबाउट जो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है प्लांट में वो कौन से परमानेंट टिश्यू की वजह से होती है. सो दैट इज़ अगेन अ काइंड ऑफ अ सिंपल परमानेंट, बट द नेम ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर टिश्यू इज़ द कॉलेनकाइमा. सो कॉलेनकाइमा जो है वो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी प्रोवाइड करता है. साथ ही साथ ये अलाउ करता है कि जो बेंडिंग ऑफ वेरियस पार्ट्स है, लाइक टेंड्रिल्स है या स्टेम ऑफ क्लाइंबर्स है, वो बिना ब्रेक हुए जो है वो ऊपर की तरफ या अपनी जो ट्विस्ट एंड टर्न है वो करती रहे. बेसिकली ये क्या करता है, ये मैकेनिकल सपोर्ट प्रोवाइड करता है. ओके देन वी टॉक्ड अबाउट दैट ये कहाँ कहाँ प्रेजेंट होता है. हमें से जो लीफ स्टॉक होती है उसके एपिडर्मिस के नीचे, एपिडर्मिस इज़ द आउटर मोस्ट लेयर, उसके नीचे हम इसे देख सकते हैं. देन जो सेल्स है हमारे जो टिश्यू है, ये वाले जो कॉलेनकाइमा है वो लिविंग होते हैं. ओके और जो पैरेनकाइमा है दोज आर ऑल्सो द लिविंग वन. नाउ जब हमने देखा जो पैरेनकाइमा उसकी थिन वॉल्स हैं, बट इसकी जो है वो थिक वॉल होती है, बट इरेगुलर होती है. जैसे कि आप यहाँ पे पिक्चर में भी देख सकते हो कि किस तरह से इसकी वॉल्स है, जो कॉर्नर्स हैं या जो जॉइंट्स हैं वहाँ पे ये थिक है, बट अदरवाइज दिस इज़ थिन एज ऑफ द पैरेनकाइमा. सो बट इनकी जो इंटरसेलुलर स्पेस है दैट इज़ वेरी लिटल. नाउ द थर्ड टाइप जो आज हमने पढ़ा दैट इज़ द स्केलेनकाइमा. स्केलेनकाइमा में क्या कह रहे हैं कि ये लिविंग नहीं होते हैं, ये डेड होते हैं. पैरेनकाइमा और स्केलेनकाइमा पैरेन्काइमा और कॉलेनकाइमा ये दोनों के दोनों लिविंग थे, बट जो स्केलेनकाइमा है वो नॉन लिविंग था। साथ ही साथ ये जो है वो प्लांट को हार्ड करती है, थोड़ा स्टिफ करती है। वाई? बिकॉज द सेल्स आर डाइड, राइट। तो जैसे इसका एग्जांपल अगर हम देखें तो कोकोनट का यहाँ पे दिए, जो हस्क ऑफ कोकोनट होता है उसके अंदर हमारे पास स्केलेनकाइमा प्रेजेंट होता है। साथ ही साथ इसकी जो वॉल्स हैं वो थिक होती है और ये नैरो होती है, लॉन्ग एंड नैरो होती है इसकी शेप अगर हम देखें तो, ठीक है। और ये ऐसा क्यों होता है? बिकॉज क्यूटिन जो नाम का एक हमारे पास वी कैन से सब्सटेंस है, दैट इज़ प्रेजेंट ओवर हेयर, जो कि किस लिए मदद करता है? इट हेल्प्स इन बेसिकली एज अ वैक्स की तरह ये वर्क करता है। ओके एक लाइनिन जो है वो इसे थिक बनाती है, और ये जो थिक लाइनिन है इसकी वजह से ही इसमें जो इंटर सेलुलर स्पेस है, जो इंटरनल स्पेस है वो बिल्कुल नो के बराबर होते हैं। दैट मीन्स नो, बिल्कुल भी नहीं होना। और ये बेसिकली प्रेजेंट होते हैं स्टेम्स में, वस्कुलर बंडल्स के पास, और वेन्स ऑफ लीव्स में भी प्रेजेंट होते हैं, और हार्ड कवरिंग ऑफ सीड और नट्स जो होते हैं वहाँ पे भी ये प्रेजेंट होते हैं। इसके साथ ही साथ हमने यहाँ पे पढ़ा कि जो एपिडर्मल सेल्स हैं उनका क्या है, बेसिकली वो एक वैक्सी लेयर फॉर्म कर लेते हैं, साथ ही साथ जो कि वाटर रेसिस्टेंट होती है। वो क्या मदद करती है? वो जो वाटर लॉस होता है उसके अगेंस्ट प्रोटेक्शन करती है। वाटर लॉस को ही हम ट्रांसपीरेशन कहते हैं। तो वो ये जो मैकेनिकल इंजरी अगर होती है या इन्वेजन, मतलब कोई भी अगर फंजाई पैरासाइट अगर कोई भी अटैक करता है तो भी ये जो हमारी एपिडर्मल सेल है वो अपनी वैक्सी लेयर क्रिएट करके, सिक्रीट करके अपने आप को बचा सकते हैं। देन वी हैव कि जो गार्ड सेल हैं वो क्या होते हैं? स्टोमाटा क्या होते हैं? स्टोमाटा बेसिकली वो होते हैं जो कि आपको फोटोसिंथेसिस के लिए प्लांट को मदद करते हैं। तो गार्ड सेल वो किडनी शेप्ड सेल्स होते हैं, एज यू कैन सी हेयर ऑल्सो इन दिस पिक्चर। देन वी हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट द वर्ड क्यूटिन। क्यूटिन जो है वो वैक्सी लेयर जो है वो फॉर्म करता है, थिक वैक्सी लेयर, जो कि जैसे डेजर्ट प्लांट में आप ज़्यादा देखने को मिल सकती है आपको, जो कि वाटर प्रूफ क्वालिटी प्रोवाइड करता है प्लांट को, सो दैट जो लॉस ऑफ वाटर है, जो ट्रांसपिरेशन है वो कम से कम हो। So this is what we had done today. In the next class we will talk about the complex permanent tissue. Okay, those are the xylem and phloem. These are very interesting to learn about as the today's class also. So we will talk about it in the next class, complex permanent tissue. Till then, keep reading.